Geauga Local Access Cable GTV presents Chardon High Hilltopper Football. Welcome to Chardon Memorial Field, the site of tonight's independent contest between old-time CVC rivals, the Kenston Blue Bombers, and our Chardon Hilltoppers. Good evening, everyone. I am Tim Greenwood, along with John Walsh, ready to start GTV's football coverage for 2005. John, this is the Blue Bombers' second visit to Chardon since the CVC days back in 1995. The series was renewed 2 years ago, and the Hilltoppers have won both here and at Kenston. They're not in the same league anymore, but there's still a feeling of excitement in renewing this old rivalry.
Yeah, it is, and this is one of those I'm sure Kenston would like to get that first notch on their belt going in this renewed rivalry. And both teams tonight are kind of coming in untested, in my humble estimation. Hilltoppers played a team, Medina Highland, that really I don't think was quite ready for the season from what I had seen, and it could be a long season for them. Kenston, on the other hand, played Kent Roosevelt, whose program in quite a few years has been down. So both of them came off and did what they had to do. They took it right to the teams, blew them off the field pretty much. But still, they're virtually untested, and tonight's a test for both teams, and we'll see what happens. And maybe they can rekindle that rivalry and give us a heck of a game out here.
Now, a couple players to watch for each team.
Okay, well, obviously, anytime you're talking the Hilltoppers, you're talking the quarterback position. This year, they have the junior John Ross out there. You got Bobby Doyle, Jake Young, and Zach Wedge coming in on the halfback positions, and then big fullback, which they seem to discover this year, Mike Renzi comes in. So it's a multifaceted attack, but it all begins with the quarterback. On the other side of the ball, again, we don't know Kenston's proclivity for passing or anything like that, because they kind of took it to him early, so they only put the ball 5 times in the air. They have the tailback, Alberts, who's their feature back. He'll get the most carries, but it turned out to be the fullback, DeBaggis, who did all the scoring and all the yardage last week, and he's a 205-pound power running back. We'll see what happens. And Chardon's coming at him with a new defense this year. They shifted from the 4-3 to the 4-4. That's going to plug up the middle, so Kenston's going to have to figure a way to either spread them out or run outside or pass or whatever. But it should be an interesting ball game. And like I said, both teams untested, but they're definitely going to have their test tonight.
Well, both teams like to run, so we're going to see what has to happen here and who's going to put a score on the board first. Tonight's game is brought to you by you, cable subscribers just like you. That's right, tonight's contest is completely funded by cable subscriber franchise fees from Chardon Township, Chardon Village, and Hamden Township, as well as Munson Township. This week's game is part of the GTV programming service made possible by your support. Our other funding communities not participating in this particular program are Burton Township, Burton Village, and Middlefield Village. Tonight is youth football night at Chardon. We'll be back with the future of Chardon football right after this brief timeout. Welcome back to Chardon Memorial Field as we get ready for the Kenston Bombers, who are taking on our Chardon Hilltoppers. It is youth football night, and we're going to send it up to the voice of the Hilltoppers, Roger.
And this evening we are proud to recognize our various youth football teams in the Chardon area. These teams, coaches, and the programs that help to put them on the field boost the Hilltopper program by providing the young players with valuable skills and experience in the game of football. The coaches, players, and parents all put in long hours that benefit the kids both on and off the playing field. The work in teaching the skills and appreciation for the game of football is vital to the success of our Hilltopper program. And now, let's meet the teams. From the Chardon Lions Club, the Chardon Panthers, 10 to 11-year-olds. Head coach is Mr. Tim Maruna. Assistant coaches, Marty Commertz and Tony Santoro. The Chardon Tigers, 8 to 9-year-olds. Head coach, Mr. Mike Sivas. Assistant coaches, Lou Downs, Gabe Barrett, Tom Longs, Dave DeWalt and Rick Torkar. The Chardon Gators, 8 to 9-year-olds. Head coach, Mr. Todd Beninati, and assistant coach, Dan DeCillo. The Chardon Mustangs, 7-year-olds. Head coach, Scott Neas. Assistant coaches, Chuck Yako, Jim Cohn, Jim Krakura, John Neas, and Mike Deppner. From the Chardon Football Club, the A Division 10 to 12-year-olds. Please welcome the Chardon Buckeyes. Head coach, Mr. Matt Berry. Assistant coaches, Dan Lane, Jeff Seaman, Colin Ruckel, Ken Happ, and Bob Weir. And the Chardon Buckeye cheerleaders. Head coach, Sharon Holly. Assistant coach, Donna Eisenhart. And now welcome the Chardon Oilers. Head coach, Monty Zimmerman. Assistant coaches, Gary Bulzen, Kevin Googe, Mark Powell, Mike Thomas. And the Chardon Oiler cheerleaders. Head coach, Karen Douglas. Assistant coach, Lisa Googe. The Chardon Redskins. Head coach, Carrie Degener. Assistant coaches, Bob LeBlanc, Steve Dennis, John LaRosa, Jim Marsick. The Chardon Redskin cheerleaders. Head coach, Lori Cam. Assistant coach, Laura Tilaco. And now the B Division, 8 to 9-year-olds. Here are the Chardon Buckeyes. Head coach, Mr. Pat Sullivan. Assistant coaches, Al Kirsch, Howard Karikas, Bill Gray, and Eric Martin. Chardon Buckeye cheerleaders, head coach, Lynette O'Donnell. Assistant coaches, Tara O'Donnell, Diana Fodor, and Monica Patrick. Next, the Chardon Bulldogs. Head coach, Mr. Jim Brace. Assistant coaches, John Carroll, Robert Parmator, Keith Doyle, and Mike Ludwig. Chardon Bulldog cheerleaders, head coach, Kathy Baker. Next, the Chardon Highlanders. Head coach, Mike Bolden. Assistant coaches, Bill Phelan, Kyle Ressler, John Harris, Tim Moriarty. Chardon Highlander cheerleaders, head coach, Nancy Bolden. Assistant coach, Tracy Toth. The C Division, 7-year-olds. The Chardon Irish. Head coach, Phil Cardina. Assistant coaches, Mike Galloway, Mike Sanborn, Bob Carter. Next, please welcome the Chardon Buckeyes. Head coach, Mr. Bob Frint. Assistant coaches, Mark Georgiana, Mike Morris, Gary Wise. Chardon Buckeye cheerleaders, head coach, Nicole Kostelak. Next, please welcome the 7th grade Chardon Hilltoppers from the Chardon Middle School. Coaches, Mr. Dave Tody and Nick Salatino. The 8th grade Chardon Hilltoppers from the middle school. Coaches, Mr. Tim Armelli, John Butala, and Dan Hines. Last but certainly not least, the 9th grade Chardon Hilltoppers. Coaches, Mr. John Dingman, Mr. Emerson Beery, and Mr. Deacon Coleman. On behalf of the coaches, staff, and administration of the Chardon School District, let's give them a big thank you. Goes out to all of the people who make these programs a reality and building future Hilltoppers. Let's have a nice round of applause to recognize these future Friday night stars.
Well, it looks like Chardon football is going to do pretty well. We're going to go down. When we come back, we are going to have the Chardon band, and they'll get us going into Kenston in Chardon football. We'll be back. And welcome back to Chardon Memorial Field as we get ready for the Chardon Hilltoppers and the Kenston Bombers. We're looking at the field now, and we've got the future of Chardon football, and it looks pretty bright with all the youth down there. We got a great game coming your way here on GTV. Before we get that kickoff, let's check out the Chardon High School Band as they get us going for the kickoff of the 2005 season here on GTV.
Our 2006 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band with senior drum major Matt Deakins, a furious fanfare, and the Chardon High School fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem and remain standing for the Chardon High School alma mater. the fans, show yourself the spirit and shout, hey, we played the hey song.
Well, as the band says hey, we say hey too. I'm Tim Greenwood, joined by John Walsh. John, looks like we got a great game coming up here. The 1-0 Kenston Blue Bombers taking on the hometown Chardon Hilltoppers, also 1-0.
Yeah, hopefully it is a great game tonight. We got a little coolness in the air, which gives you that blend of football atmosphere and all that. I'm just ready for a big game.
Should be a good one. We're looking forward to kickoff, and we'll be back with that right after this break. Welcome back to Chardon Memorial Field as we get ready for the Chardon Hilltoppers to take the field. John, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, and as you can see, the Chardon players coming out between their future there. You see them coming out among all the Chardon Pee Wee program players. Bust through the band and right through the barricade. That's the official start of football, you know?
Well, we certainly look forward to bringing you this game here on GTV. Here they go.
Yeah, we got all the hoopla and all the grandeur that is high school football. Like I said, both of these teams last week had fairly weak opening opponents. Ones that I think realistically both teams probably realized they didn't have the toughest team that's going to be on their schedule last week. So tonight they both know they got to face a team that's a much better competition. They got to step up their level to that.
Well, what do you think, John? Is it good to maybe get that first win under your belt, whether it's a weak opponent or not?
Well, that's always good. The point is, in these days of the computer points and computer rankings, you want to have an opponent that gets you wins. I can't honestly say, I know Ken Roosevelt's program has been down. I don't think they're going to get a lot of points for Kenston, but they should get some. From what I saw of that Highland team, Chardon's going to be hard-pressed to get many points out of them at all, because that was a pretty weak team last year. I mean, they did to them what they should have done to them, but they had no test, and I don't think Highland's going to help them much in the computer bowls, where tonight they're playing a team, Kenston, that's probably going to come up with a good handful, maybe a handful plus of wins. We'll see. But this is a much more important computer point-wise game, and it's kind of sad, but even from the beginning, you got to start looking at the playoffs. I mean, that's kind of what high school football's evolved into.
Absolutely. It's kind of like college football where, you know, even one loss might take you out of the hunt for, you know, a really good playoff spot.
Yeah, the thing is in college, though, if you're going to get your loss, do it early.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you got to do.
That's very
and
true.
hope everybody else takes a loss somewhere along the line. But, yeah, here in high school, you could take a couple losses. Unfortunately, if you take somebody weak on your schedule, that like Chardon dropped Shaw last year. They've been playing them for year after year after year. They just turned into a team that went 0-10. And so they only got that first level points, which being a Division II school, that was 5.5 points for Chardon, and they got no second level. And when you do that averaging and stuff, that's a half a point.
Yep.
Pretty much is all they get out of playing Chardon. That's not going to get you in the playoffs playing a lot of teams like that.
Well, as you can see, Kenston won the toss and they elected to receive. Back to receive the kick, Tim Jones, number 4. Also number 12, that is Mike Silla.
Luckily, we got that sun finally going down.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully it sinks early tonight and we won't have to stare into it for much of this ball game.
Alex Marcotte will kick for Chardon. And I was watching him in warm-ups. He was hitting consistently from 40 yards in warm-ups.
Last week he did a phenomenal job. He kicked, first one was actually in the end zone, and the other ones, they went down to the 2-3 yard line with some hang time on him. He had high kicks that were deep. Did an excellent job of kicking. And I don't believe he's a soccer player. I was looking at the program at the soccer, and he wasn't listed on the team. So I think he's just a pure
Strictly
kicker,
football,
which is kind of nice. You know, having somebody dedicate themselves to one sport rather than having this as their side game. You know, it puts their head more into the game, I believe.
Sure does.
Okay, well, finally we're going to break off and we're going to get this going. We got Tim Jones and Mike Silla deep for Kenston.
Crowds into it already.
See if he can put one in. I'll tell you, a high school kicker that can put one in the end zone is worth his weight in gold.
And Here we go, short kick down to the 15. Taken by Silla. Oh, and he breaks one. He's got one out to the 40. He's going to get out to the 50-yard line and stopped by the kicker, Marcotte. Nice start for the Kenston Bombers.
Yeah, he tried to put the brakes on, make a cut. He couldn't quite get his footing there, and he was just waiting. But one heck of it, they opened up a nice little seam in that wedge there. Just off to the right side of the wedge, a little lane opened up, and Silla hit it quick and got Kenston going over midfield mark. Great start for the Bombers tonight.
Mike Fisher, the quarterback, will step up in the backfield. Ross Albert's number 6, Justin DeBagas, he's the fullback. Back to pass. Rolling to the right. He's got some room. He looks like he picks up 7.
Yeah, I'd say a good 7, maybe 8. They just kind of dropped the stakes on us there, so yeah, 7's probably a good marking on that.
Not sure Chardon was looking for them to come out pass, and here's a look.
Well, with that 4-4, you got so many guys in the middle. Outside and passing until you spread them out is about the only place you can go because you just got too many bodies in the middle defensive.
So they picked up 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Fisher under center. And it's a pitch.
Taking it
some room to the outside. And they're going to stop him short. Good defensive stop there, Ross Alberts, maybe 2.
Bennett, yeah, just a little bit short, not too much. I'd say less than a yard to go. They marked it up over the 40, and you got to get to almost say the 39 for first down.
Nice job on defense.
He was supposed to go on the inside there. All those Chardon players plugged up that middle, though. Like I said, they just got a lot of bodies in there, and he just kicked it to the outside, picked up a couple. So 3rd and short here for Kenston.
Fisher hands it off up the middle. Will he have enough? It looks like he did. That'll be a first down for the Bombers. Alberts picks up the first down.
Yeah, Alberts, like I said in the pregame, that's their workhorse. That's the guy that'll get the bulk of the carries, but the damage yardage-wise and scoring-wise last week was DeBagas. DeBagas
with 3 touchdown runs last week.
1 long one and 2 little power up the middle 1 and 2 yarder, if I remember correctly.
So it'll be a first down and 10 on the 38-yard line. They're in Chardon territory in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff.
A little reverse.
Nice tackle. Nice work on defense.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Zach Wedge, just holding his ground as they did that little counter action, faked it going left, brought it back to the right through the hole, but didn't fool the inside linebacker who just stood his ground and made the tackle.
Hogan trips him up, and it'll be only a 1-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Kenston's varying up their offense. So they're showing all kinds of different looks. You see the formations in the background. Sometimes they got the split backs, come out of the eye.
It's going to be a pass. Wide open, Alberts. It's going to be first down and then some. Out of bounds. Is that a flag? No, no flag. They are really varying up on the offense here.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he camouflaged that pretty good. It wasn't a direct play action, but you watch him and he's making it look like a run there, and then just fades back, drops the back out of the backfield into the little flats area there, and there's no Chardon defenders that came up and read it quick, and he's got a good little gain out of that. First down again as Bombers are moving the ball well.
On the 23-yard line.
A little shifting up front for Chardon.
Hand off to the right side. Had him in the backfield, but he breaks away and picks up a couple yards. Albert's running hard for Kenston.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I expected a little water bug dancer. Alberts only comes in at 5'9", 175 pounds, but he does have that juking ability and a little serpentine motion in his runs, but he's got some degree of power too. I've seen him move piles a little bit, so he's a good-looking runner back there.
2nd down and 6 on the 23. In the I formation, DeBagas up front, the fullback. He's going to get the handoff up the middle, and he's going to drag a few Hilltoppers. Nice run, tough run by Justin DeBagas.
I think that was Sachs, 36.
Was it?
In there, yeah. He's just a fire plug. It's 5'8",
You're not kidding.
207. You look at him, he's just,
Wow.
watch him, that's just a well, he looks like he picked up a bit early there, but no whistle was blown. Yeah, he's a power, low to the ground type runner, big thighs.
Didn't even see him come into
Tough
the
to
game.
bring down.
He is still in the game. Number 36, Ryan Sachs. The pitch is going to go to Alberts.
Cut back. Yeah,
Picked up one or two.
Albert's got some nice cutback ability. He went to the right, there was nothing open up there, cut it back to the left, and like you said, picked up a couple where they really sealed off the initial where the hole was supposed to be located.
Kenston doing a nice job of moving the football. 2nd and 9.
I think the Baggis comes in. I think primarily you're going to see Sachs. That's more like their guard coming out of the backfield with a few carries, but the Baggis plays linebacker. He's their big defensive force, so
It's going to
they
be a
got to
pass.
spell him some.
Comes a defense. Open in the end zone.
No.
No catch, out of bounds.
Off his fingertips, though. It was there. It looked like he had it on his fingertips and couldn't pull it into the body. It was good defense by Chardon that time. He couldn't. That's far away. We'll see if we can pick up the number of the player this time. But somebody was right on him right away and wouldn't allow him to pull it in.
Nice job on defense. We're going to have a timeout on the field. You know, it's early in the game, John, but this is a big 3rd down right now for Chardon.
That was Micah, by the way, John Micah, the safety man, who came across there and hit him in time. Yeah, Chardon's, they got their backs to the wall here. As Kenston's put on a nice opening drive here and just kind of taking it right to him. Mixed it up, a little bit of stuff up the middle, which you got to do, and mix a pass in a little outside. You got some good-looking running backs coming out of that backfield. Kenston's bringing it tonight. It's up to Chardon to try to hold him defensively, if not here, later on, and get their offense on the field, let them start to do their stuff.
Now, I don't know if the Chardon Hilltoppers are doing the bend but don't break defense here, but they're not giving up the big play so far. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the fact Kenston took the timeout here tells me that they realize the importance of this drive. You know, they want to make sure that they can get some points out of here. I have to take a quick look back here, see what their place kicker looked like last week. Kick.
And they come right out onto the field in the eye. Once again, they have Sachs and Alberts in the backfield. It's pass. Looking for some room. Just throws it out of bounds. Smart play.
That was a very smart play. Kevin Hogan was coming up on him, and so was the sideline. He was going to take a loss, so he just wisely kind of tossed it out of bounds there. Much better to eat up the down than to eat up yardage.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they got a fairly consistent, at least extra point-wise kicker, so they're well within field goal range, I'm sure.
Tevapaw in there to try the kick. It's up and
Plenty of leg.
Good.
No, off to
No
the right.
good.
Off to the right.
Wow, from this angle, it looked good.
Oh, we got a terrible angle there, Tim. I can see there was enough leg there, but I couldn't tell if it went inside or not. I waited for the referee before I opened my mouth.
Well, that was a chip shot there. I thought
yeah, that was a short field goal attempt.
it looked good from here.
And that was a big break for Chardon there
Sure
to
was.
come up with giving Kenston nothing here on that opening drive, which actually was a very impressive drive. Nicely mixed up stuff. Now their defense is going to be put to work playing against the wing T.
Here comes John Ross, quarterback. The handoff goes to the left side. Not sure who. It's like Young on the carry. Jake Young with his first carry of the game.
Yeah, it gets a little bit of
Picked up a
yardage
couple.
out of there. They'll mix it up and start showing the little flashes here, there, and the deception.
As an announcer, brutal offense to call. Difficult to see who's got the ball. Ross in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. And he lost his footing. Maybe lost a yard.
I think it was
Bobby Doyle.
Yeah, that was Doyle he handed off to, and Doyle tried to make the cut inside there, and his footing just slipped. Must be, I've seen a little bit of slipping here. The field must be slick for some time. Watch, here comes where he's trying to cut.
Yep.
He wasn't touched by his. Matter of fact, he had a pretty good blocking up front.
3rd and 8 in the shotgun.
Feet just slipped, couldn't get his footing on the field.
Back to pass, out into the flat. Oh, a little bit of face mask there perhaps. No, no call. And they're gonna stop him short. It'll bring up 4th down. Good. So 3 and out here for Chardon.
Good defensive set for Kenston. Was all over that pass that time.
As you see Bobby Doyle slip out of the backfield.
Straight from the shotgun. He whips it out to Doyle, hopefully one-on-one, but now he went over the collar. It actually was on back. It wasn't on face mask at all. They were hoping to get Doyle in a one-on-one situation, but Kenston defends it so well. It was a 3-on-1 against Doyle that time.
Young back to punt. We'll have a legal procedure. Ball start.
Yeah, it didn't really need to be pushed deeper into the hole. You got Young back to punt.
Once again, back to receive, number 12, Mike Silla. Also Tim Jones.
Nice high
nice punt.
Whoa,
Silla grabs it and gets stuffed.
They didn't communicate well on that one. You should have both your guys coming in for the punt at the same time and bumping in. That just spells disaster. Kenston's lucky that they didn't put that ball down on the ground.
Mike Renzi with the tackle for Chardon.
Kenston again starts over that 50-yard marker in Chardon territory. That's both possessions so far. They've started in Chardon territory.
Another timeout here with 6:03 left in the first quarter. One thing that worries me a little bit, John, is how tired is this Chardon defense going to get?
Well, it's way too early to start talking about that. If they're going to be on the field for 3 and out for Chardon and Kenston on drives, they'll get tired. But, you know, you can't go off of the first series for each team as setting the tone for the game. It could totally turn around the opposite way. Who was charged with that timeout?
I didn't see who called that.
I don't think anybody in the booth did either, because I'm looking at the scoreboard right now, and Kenston still has 2. They took that one down around the 9-yard line, and Chardon still shows their full 3. But this isn't the referee timeout, so somebody took one. We'll have to see if they get the word up there as to who took it. I never saw the signal from the referee. I just missed it.
What a beautiful night for football here.
It is gorgeous. Sky's gorgeous. Sun is finally down, not blinding us. That's a bad thing of sitting on this side of the field. You get that sun in your eyes for normally a quarter, but it went down early tonight.
Well, Kenston back in business here on offense.
Go with their big fullback guard.
Man, he's a big boy.
Yeah, Sachs. She's short, but he's carried 205 in that 5'8" frame, and that's a lot of short power.
And he's showing it right now.
He gets about 3-4, just straight driving ahead up the middle.
But he's, I use the word thick. He's a thick kid.
It's like the old, I don't know, remember Don Nottingham used to play for Baltimore and Kent State, as a matter of fact. Yeah, they called him the human bowling ball. You just low to the ground and carried a lot of bulk, and he was a good solid back in the NFL for quite a few years.
2nd down and 8. Ball is on the 45 for the Blue Bombers.
You know, in their stats sheets, Sachs didn't have a carry last week. So maybe injury, maybe he didn't even play.
The pass into the flat, had Sachs open, just underthrew him.
Yeah, he was. It was
we have a penalty.
It would have been many yards. He probably about a 3-4 yard gain where he caught it, but who knows if he could have turned it down the field.
You can
you see Sachs coming right at you, the bowling ball. Ball's just led him too much.
And they got called for holding on the play. It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Well, maybe not 10 yards. That's a spot foul. Could be 12, but could be 8.
Looks like
that's better than 10 yards. Chardon made out on that one. Let's see, what have we got? About 12.
Wow.
About 24, 25 yards. Second and 24, say.
So that was about a 14-yard penalty.
Yeah, well, that's holding's a spot foul. So wherever they see it occurred, that's where they mark it off at.
So second and a bunch.
Used to be a 10-yard penalty, though. But now it can vary a lot.
Fisher in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff and roll to the right. And he's going to keep it. Wow, he's got some room, too.
Almost got back to original line of scrimmage.
Good tackle by Randy Lane.
Just maybe a yard or so short of the original line of
He
scrimmage.
was Randy Lane away from taking that one all the way.
Yeah, he did a nice job of keeping the pass defenders back.
Just came up short there on the tackle.
Because he kept that arm out there like he could throw it 8 times, so they couldn't come up on him. You know, it was a smart run by Fisher.
Still in the shotgun is Fisher. He'll hand it off to Alberts, and there's a lot of room on the left side. Brings it up close.
He's close, yeah. See where the spot is on that.
Chardon's going to have to shut this run down. There's an awful lot of room there through the line.
Actually, they just like, that's like a delayed draw is what they did on that one.
Watch the room here on the
left
left
look
side.
Like a pass.
Cuts it back, and look at all that room. I could have run through there. Well, maybe.
It's kind of, they made it look like a pass to get the linebackers to drop back. That's one where I talked about how they had to take that 4-4 and spread it out some because there's too many people. What they did is they spread it north-south a little bit by making it look like a pass, getting the linebackers to drop off it.
It'll bring up third down.
And, no, I think that's fourth, isn't it?
It is, 4th and 1, excuse me.
Well, it'll be
Thank you,
interesting
John.
to see. Is Kenston going to try to bury him in a hole?
Looks they're going for it.
That's a good call.
I think so.
I mean, their defense did a good job last series. So, you know, there is the rationale of pin them in a hole, but
until Chardon
their offense has been showing spurts of goodness too, so it's kind of like ride them. And they just snuck it. He's got it easily.
Yeah, it looks like he kept it for the first down.
Kind of did a nice job on that when he rode off his the butt of his center and then kind of slid off over the guards as the line got its surge and pushed Chardon off that way. He just flowed out, grabbed a little more yardage by just scraping along the penetration by the lineman in front of him.
It's a first down. Ball is on the Chardon 36. I like the way Kenston has varied their offense. They've got Chardon on their toes right now.
Yeah, they really don't know what to look for. They're doing a real nice job of play calling out there.
Fisher hands it off. A little bit of room there on the left side. That is Mike Silla with the carry.
Tell you what was impressive on Silla there. He waited for his block to set up. Did you notice that?
He did.
He had the guy waiting on the outside there, and he had the patience to wait for his block to go cut it on the inside. You watch here, you'll see one of his guys is out in front of him blocking, and he kind of just slows down and behind him and waits for it to thing, then cuts it inside. Good job. That's a good patient running right there by the running back, Silla.
And it was a good job by the Chardon defense to string the play out and wait for help.
Yeah, they held it to no gain, but it was could have been actually a 2-3 yard loss.
Mike Fisher in the shotgun. Silla, low snap. He's going to throw it up. Hey, who's got it? Oh, almost picked off.
Yeah.
Good defense. Stubbs Dreadless was on the right side for Kenston. Nearly made the catch.
Yeah, I think Dreadless Stubbs ended up that time becoming the defender. That ball was actually intercepted. Stubbs just kind of played defense on that, kept it away from the Chardon player. Did a good job of doing that, actually.
What a great name, Dreadless Stubbs.
Okay, and who was the defender on that one?
That looked like number 2, John.
Micah again.
Yeah, Micah.
Yeah, see, he actually has it in his hands there. Stubbs goes through him and knocks the ball away.
3rd and 9. The bag is back.
Wide open.
Yeah, and a nice job on defense.
Yeah, held them shy. They're probably about a yard and a half shy of the first down.
And it brings up a 4th down.
I would have to say they're going to go for it. If they went for it 9 yards earlier, they're going to go for it on 4th again.
The bag is back there to
just a
try to
little-
block.
Just a little button hook.
Yeah.
Straight old button hook.
Excellent job on defense.
Of Micah coming back for that one.
4th and 3, ball's on the 28.
Because you got to respect the speed. Plus, you only got one safety back there with that 4-4 defense, so you got to stick on your man a little bit tighter here, and he can't let him
And he
behind
keeps
him.
it. Fisher's got some room. Did they get him? Not
We
sure.
got the whole
We'll have to
bench
see.
in front of us.
Yep, we're going to check the spot. It's going to be an official timeout. I think they're going to bring the chains over, and we'll see what happens.
I think that was Thomas
What do you
Lee
think?
that on the tackle there.
Well, maybe
We'll be
this
able
will
to
show
see.
us where he went out of bounds.
See there, but I think it was Lee coming across. Yeah, that's number 30, Thomas
Looks like
Lee.
a little bit inside the 25.
Which, that's measurement
It's
time.
very close.
No, they gave him the first down.
They did,
They
didn't
gave
they?
it to him.
Wow.
Yeah, we're looking at that
Yep.
backside of the steak now. I looked
First
over at
and
the
10.
steak.
Ball's in the 24. Back under center is Fisher. He'll hand it off, coming back to Bagas. Pick up a 3.
You know, they are running a great offense. They got Chardon. They've thrown the ball enough that that little motion off of that play makes it look like he's going to roll to the right for a pass. It's keeping Chardon on their heels, and then they just counter back the opposite way.
Yeah, and you
So
see the linemen from Kenston both pull, the guard and the tackle pulling out, leading into the run.
Defenders got a key on that and find those little tips and be in the area.
Well, we're rolling down to 1 minute left in the first quarter, and Chardon's had the ball for less than 40 seconds, I'd say.
They didn't have it very long.
Wow. Fisher back to pass, going to Stubbs again. He has it, and it is he's out at the first, at the 1 yard line. Big catch.
He went down. I don't think he ever got into the end zone.
Stubbs.
It's a bad angle on our view. We should be able to see it here, but I don't think he stepped out. I don't think he ever got to the end zone.
Nice arc on the pass by Fisher, and
He
just let
just
the big
uses
guy
height.
go up and get it.
Nice job by Stubbs there.
Looked like he was almost in.
Yeah, it's knee hit before his body crossed the plane, though.
1 yard line. Fisher under center.
Stubbs did a nice job of positioning his body that time.
Fisher
Is
keeps
that a
it.
sneak?
And I think he's in.
I don't see a referee showing it. I see a Kenston kid showing it, not a referee, though.
Touchdown, Kenston.
There you go.
Well, finally it pays off for Kenston, that offense. They've just methodically gone down the field.
Yeah, I don't know if they put in some new twists in Chardon, but Chardon looks like they're a little bit confused by what they're running here tonight. I think they just came up with a game plan of keeping Chardon off their toes a little bit. And so far, it's working well.
And for the extra point is Tevapaw. And it is no good. Or it's good, jeez.
Yeah,
The one that I think is good is no good, and the one that I think is no good is good.
Well, that makes it easier on me. I just go
Wow.
opposite of what you say, and I'm right.
Did that look good to you?
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it was good.
But it counts, right?
Yes.
Right.
You don't
So-
have to be pretty to be good.
It is 7-0 Kenston with an early lead here at Chardon Memorial Field, and Chardon looks like you said a little confused.
Yeah, at least defensively. It's offense has got to, I think, even though there's a lot of the same players both way, offense has got to turn on a little bit, at least get 2-3 first downs, give the defense mentally time to regroup, because they're a little bit confused by what Kenston's brought to the table tonight.
Hey, we want to remind you that tonight's cable cast is funded by your cable subscriber franchise fees, and would like to again extend thanks to those GTV funding communities. They are Chardon Township, the City of Chardon, Hamden Township, and Munson Township. So we'll see if Chardon can come back and answer this early score from the Blue Bombers.
Theoretically, they should have a little better field position than they had last time. They started out kind of deep in their own zone there.
Bobby Doyle back, also Jake Young back for the kick.
The Baggers does
Big
a kick
kick.
it. Wow, right down to the one.
Bobby Doyle, he's got some room.
He's gotta oh,
Big hit.
there was close to saving tackle that
Jeff
time.
Minter with a big tackle.
Yeah, because Doyle had just put the burners on and was starting to.
Watch
The
this.
wedge opened up a little bit for him, and he was just starting to hit it. And,
Nice deep clip.
Minner's one of those back safety guys that's not really involved in the wedge there, and he made the saving tackle.
Well, Chardon back under center already. They're not wasting any time getting this defense going. Ross is going to hand it off. And Kenston defense is tough yet again.
Renzi up there, the fullback.
Number 34, Mike Renzi.
Tried a little off tackle with the fullback that time. He ended up getting close to maybe 3 yards. It didn't look like much, but he stretched the body out, and that's like 2 yards. You know, it seems like he stopped short, but Mike did a great job of just extending that body, and that's what a fullback has to do. If you get stopped, if you can stretch it out, you got 2 yards. You know, that's something you got to appreciate. Just don't get pushed back.
I think they're just going to wait here and let this clock roll down. We've got 9 seconds
they're gonna
left.
get
We'll
another
get one
play
play
off.
off before the end of the first quarter.
And then we'll be changing directions, both teams.
Back to pass. Not much room, and he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, he had a little time, and that secondary of Kenston's is looking good.
Sacked by Alex Mara.
I actually saw in that one, Ross looked at a receiver, then looked at another one, and he couldn't throw the ball, so obviously they were well covered. So I think that secondary is doing a great job of coverage out there today.
Well, that is the end of the first quarter. Kenston leads 7-0, and it was pretty much all Kenston in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, Chardon didn't have many touches on the ball.
Not a whole lot
That's
to
the
say.
thing. That's the best thing you could do possibly to keep an explosive offense like Chardon, you know, out of the game is just don't let the offense be on the field, and that's pretty much what Kenston did. They had 2 long, time-consuming drives in that one. Only got points on the last one, but nonetheless, they ate up a lot of clock, and they kept Chardon off the field. And defensively, when Chardon did get the ball, they did a tremendous job of shutting them down. So that was a great quarter for Kenston.
Last week, Chardon scored 48 points. So far, nothing on the board for Chardon, and I'm sure they would like to see their offense start rolling a bit.
Well, I think at this point, last week, Kenston had 21 points, and this is a totally different week like we suspected. They both...
Oh, ball nearly gets away from Ross. He's lucky he even got his hands on it.
Yeah, that ball was, he tipped it like 3-4 times to himself, and he was lucky he was able to pull it in before the Kenston guys got on him, or Kenston would have had the ball deep in Chardon territory.
Watch this snap, gonna almost hit him in the face mask. Up it goes.
It wasn't that high. I won't put the blame on the center on that one. That ball should have been pulled in. It was a little high up there, but so are a lot of passes. You got to pull that thing in. And centers get blamed enough. Quarterbacks are the glory boys. We'll put the blame on the quarterback.
Nice
on that one.
deep punt. Oh, and it's fumbled.
Right,
it's on the turf.
There's another lucky break for Kenston that time. Each of them have had ball handling mishaps that they didn't have to suffer with.
Tim Jones did a nice job of just covering it up after it hit the turf.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the Chardon guy coming down the field saw the ball land because he went for the tackle. See, I think that's Renzi down there.
Yeah, it's Mike
he went
Renzi.
for the tackle, not the ball. And if he had gone for the ball, it might have been a different story.
Chardon needs just a 3 and out here.
Really, they need to,
do.
if nothing else, just to enhance their mentality. You know, because they're a little bit down and shell-shocked right now. They're not used to this.
Fisher hands it off to Alberts. Alberts got some room.
Boy, he's a weavy thing,
He really
isn't he?
is.
He kind of hits there and loops it to the left, loops it to the right, comes back to the left.
And he picked up 5.
Which he's one of
Maybe
those
6.
guys. His cuts aren't that sharp, but you really can't sit on him, you know, and plant those legs for the big hit because he may not be there because he's always juking around left, right.
It just looks, John, that there's a lot of room up there in the front.
They are opening that line's doing their job up front for Kenston. They are opening up little holes for.
And it's not a
Alberts.
huge offensive line for Kenston.
Yeah, they're good size. They
Back
match
to
up
pass.
size-wise. They match up pretty evenly.
And he throws it away.
I think he was throwing it to us. That was definitely thrown away.
So you can say the quarterback, Mike Fisher, making some very good decisions here early in this game. Not forcing the pass.
Well, not making a mistake.
Yep.
He's playing like trestle ball there. Where,
Yep.
No, I think it's going to open up a little bit this year, but normally it's kind of like a quarterback may not win the game for you, but he doesn't lose it
Certainly
for
not
you.
gonna lose it, yeah. 3rd and 4. A big down here for Chardon. Linebackers creeping up to the line. Alberts comes to the left side and he's going to be stopped. No, he's going to get the first down. Wow, it looked like he was going to come up short, but he just scooted right past that line, didn't he?
Yeah. I see Chardon shuttling a few extra players in here, there.
He looks like he's going to be stopped short, and watch this cut right here, back to the inside. He's going to find that first down marker and get past it.
I'll tell you something Kenston is doing a lot of. They're looking like Pittsburgh Steelers out there. It's like every play is a trap play. They are really doing a lot of traps out there.
Know, that just wears down your linemen.
I don't know if they didn't show it last week, but it seems like Chardon isn't ready for this trapping coming at him. So I wish I could have seen Kenston in action last week to see what kind of stuff they ran at Kent Roosevelt.
Alberts picks up 3. He's just hunkering down behind his big fullback. And
yeah, that's what I say. He's only 175 pounds, but there was 4 guys that he moved 2 yards. Did you see that?
Watch this as he
Watch
attacks
him.
the line.
He's actually hit it, the line pretty well. Look, he stopped there, but watch him move forward. Just keep coming.
Just positive movement. 2nd down and 6 for Kenston. They are on their 49, excuse me. Hand off to the fullback, stopped in the backfield, but we've got a flag on the play. Is there a hold, perhaps?
It's almost declined the penalty. Where I don't even know who to give that. I know somebody was in on the initial hit, but then all of a sudden there was like 6, 8 other guys in on that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd think about great defensive set there. See if we can see. Okay, it was Young, 25.
Nice
They had
job
the
by
first
Young.
hit there, and then after that it was every Chardon kid had a piece of him.
So they took the penalty, and now it's going to be 2nd and 16. That's actually a pretty good penalty to take.
Yeah, and hopefully that good stop right there gets Chardon a little fire they need under them. They jammed up the middle that time.
Back in the
They
shotgun.
Continue doing that.
Alberts going back to the left. Nice tackle.
That's Kevin Hogan coming from his defensive end position. Just
Read that one
outran
perfectly.
him. Yeah, got his penetration. I don't think he was blocked. I believe that was one of those, you can run away from the defensive end. Yeah.
He busted
You
right
gotta
through.
pull it.
Look at that. You know what? Alberts was coming his way, and he changed his mind once he saw the big boy coming across the line. So it's 3rd and a lot.
I think that was just a case of they didn't account for the defense. They didn't expect the defensive end to run their running back down from behind.
To get that much
the quickness
penetration.
of it, so they didn't block him. And
Back to pass.
I'm sure they'll make an adjustment there now that they've seen the speed.
He's got some room open. Wow, big catch. Kenston is just playing some football tonight.
That was a big play for them. That was Chardon defense is finally coming to life, putting a hold on, and Kenston just turns around and hits the big pass on him. Look at the protection.
The sophomore, John Bem, with the catch.
I'll tell you, his line
Nice block right there.
His line is doing a job tonight. They're really doing a great job giving them protection, opening up holes. That's where Kenston's winning this ball game with their offense. It's up front. That line is playing tremendously for them.
What a huge play by Kenston. Back in the I formation. The pitch is going to go to Alberts. He's got some speed to the outside.
Gets good 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot.
Real nice tackle by Zach Wedge. Tell you what, Alberts is showing some speed to the outside.
Now, Wedge is a good active linebacker coming from the inside spot there. He just uses his speed to get to the outside. And you got Micah coming in there too. Both of them just sandwich them.
2nd and 6. The ball is on the Hilltopper 35.
Albert's impressive. His cuts are not dynamic,
Not
but
sharp,
but
but
he's
just
jocking people with them,
Fisher
which
keeps
is
it.
all that counts.
They're just moving the football, John.
Yeah, that was just that's that classic. That's what Chardon lives off of a lot too. Defenses do not account for the quarterback, and when quarterbacks have the keepers like that, there's really nobody defensive against them.
And look, you can see nice blocking to the outside, and there's that gap right up the middle, and he just waltzes through untouched for a big gain. We're rolling down to the 7-minute mark, and Chardon's just having a rough time stopping Kenston.
The crowd's trying to get the defense's heads back into the game here with the chance.
1st and 10, Fisher in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. He lofts one up. That should be intercepted, and is.
Dags, and he's down at about the 4-yard line.
That ball was kind of thrown up for grabs. They were hoping Stubbs was going to come up with it, and he just
I hope we have a replay on that one, but I saw, okay, the quarterback and the receiver were not on the same page.
Because as you can see from the pass here, John, it was just thrown too deep.
No, he was looking to, it's way off. Look at how far off that it, I think either the quarterback didn't realize what the pattern was, what he called, or the receiver didn't run the correct pattern, but that was just a totally broken play by Kenston.
Ball is on the 4-yard line. Chardon looking to do something here. 2-yard gain. Not sure who carried at that time. I think it was Young.
Yeah, I believe it might have been.
Gain of 2 yards out to the 6-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
6 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-0 Bombers.
Boy, and if Chardon needs to get their offense in gear, now's the time, because they got to get a couple first downs just to get it off the shadow of their goal line. There's a big
There's
run.
a real nice by Doyle.
That's exactly what they needed, to get something moving and get that ball, because that's deep in their territory. Yep. You do not want that ball to be putting it back from inside your own 10-yard line. There's so much time left here.
Doyle with a nice run.
Straight jet sweep to Doyle coming off the right side. Does a good job busting that first tackle out of the arms on the second one. Stretches
Quickly
that
back
body.
again.
And you got
Nice
Wedge
run
on that
by
one.
Wedge.
Yeah, again, fighting for probably 5-6 yards. How about 5 yards I'd give him on that one.
Now they're looking to get in that rhythm, John. They're looking to run a few times, get a few first downs here.
Well, this is what they, like I said, what they really, really needed.
They're wasting no time getting.
When you're down on the scoreboard, you're down mentally. You do not want to give the ball deep to the other team in your own territory. Try and Doyle again on the right side. I think we got a little procedure. Somebody jumped a hair early. We'll see what the referee signals.
That'll back up the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it's coming back. He hasn't. Their procedure is what it was. Somebody decided they were going to start a little earlier than the other 10 guys.
5:45 left in the second quarter. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that nullifies that nice little run by Wedge there. Brings it back to almost no gain on first down.
Handoff right up the middle.
Not much there.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Yeah, they're doing a good job sealing up. Their defensive line's doing a good job. This Kenston kid, this is a much improved team over last year. There's no question about that. Last year, I didn't think they were that solid a ball club. They seemed to come on as the season got older, but at the beginning they didn't. But if I remember correctly, last year there was a first-year coach. So maybe he does have his system and it's in place now.
In the shotgun, 3rd and 8. He's going to keep it, and he is not going to get much. Ross is stopped after a 2-yard pickup, and it's going to be 4th and 6.
Yeah, but at least they got it out of their goal line. They're over the 20, up to about the 23-yard line.
Seems to me, John, they're going up the middle quite a bit, not really testing the outside much.
That's kind of Chardon football. Wing T does come off tackles a lot. You know, it's really not a strung out outside fight. It's pretty tight to the tackles. It's just the counter action and ball deception that spreads the field out. That's where the holes create, because the guys drift to the outside to stop the big plays.
Nice tight spiral on the punt. Back up over the 50. And down to the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
That is number 45 for Kenston. They don't have a 45 for Kenston.
Neither is my watch. As a matter of fact, I go from 36 to 47. There's a big gap in there.
So with 4 minutes and 11 seconds, still plenty of time. Kenston looking to put some more points on the board. Chardon looking to stop them here. Ball's on the little over the 45, 45 and a half.
Maybe they picked up a free agent from Chagrin today or something. Who knows?
Who knows, right? Huge crowd here at Chardon Memorial Field. Back in the shotgun. Oh, it's a fumble.
He fell back on top of it. Was that Sachs or who was that?
27.
No,
that was the Bagus.
He hasn't, for being the stat man last week, he hasn't really been in the game that much today.
We'll
see if it was a bad handoff or if...
I think he wanted to grab it before it was in his chest.
Yeah, I don't think he had his arms set to climb down on the ball.
Fisher takes it. Passing again. It's down low. Pass is good for a pickup of 7 or 8.
No, it's not even that much. It's about 3-4. Yeah, that's all about it. I didn't understand that pass at all. I mean, I thought Kenston's been calling some great plays tonight, but that short little thing when you got the third or second and long.
I think they were looking more for something in the flat, and it was just not there.
Or
down
the
to 3
quarterback
minutes.
maybe just threw it too low. That might have been the problem.
3rd and 12. He keeps it off the left side, met by 4 Chardon Hilltoppers. No gain.
Yeah, that was, okay, for once I have to agree with the Chardon PA guy. Hogan didn't really get the tackle, but Hogan sealed the corner out there.
Yep, nice job. As you can see, he's looking for some room inside.
No, actually,
There's
it
none
wasn't
there.
Hogan that sealed the corner. That was Lane. Lane sealed that corner. He didn't get the tackle, but he made the play.
Nice
Great job
punt.
by Randy Lane on that one.
Uh-oh, it's on the turf.
Chardon got it.
Chardon got lucky to get that football.
Yeah, that was Merkel. Fell back right on top of it because it went through his hands, and I'm sure he's breathing a sigh of relief right now. That's not something you want to do, is turn the ball down over here.
Wow, very lucky to get that football
And
back.
Merkel hops right back on top of it.
Good job by Merkel just to recover. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left.
Okay, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to hit their home run ball now because they ain't got a lot of time for a slow, sustained drive. They got to hit big plays.
Well, we're going to have to try to break one through.
It's been a good half of football.
It has.
Really, not that many mistakes, not many penalties.
Rolling to the right is Ross looking to pass. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by number 4. That is Tim Jones, the junior, and I don't know where that pass is going.
Now he brings it inside the 25-yard line.
And he rolls out to the right side here, and I'm wondering who it was going to. But there's no one around the football except for Jones.
Yeah, the closest one to that one was Chris Reinhardt. He was probably 8-10 yards away from it.
So Kenston's got new life here.
Yeah, it's up to the defense to really suck it up right here and hold them.
Plenty of time left, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Really short of it. I mean, the ball's been on the ground, but they seem to recover their own fumbles. So there hasn't really, that was that and the other interception were the only 2 turnovers so far. But short of that, it's been not that many flags in the field.
Fisher's going to be sacked. Nice job. Excellent work by Jake Young. And a huge loss.
Yeah, was that
Is that Renzi?
was was that? Yeah, I think that was, he was in there, and Thomas was in there as well. We'll see who had the initial grab. Is that 25?
Yeah,
that's
Young.
Jake Young who's got the jersey. He's the one that corrals him first, and his teammate said, well, hey, we'll take half this sack.
9-yard loss for Kenston. It'll bring up 2nd and 19.
I'd give Young at least half and everybody else a quarter.
Here they come again, and he'll get him again.
That time he got help. That was a touch sack. That's all he had to do was put his hand on top of him.
And Chardon's going to call a timeout here. He's untouched. Watch him come flying through the line here.
Yeah,
wow,
it was just
good
a
penetration by Young.
Blitz.
I think I'd be diving down too. So it's 1 minute, 12 seconds left. It's going to be 3rd and much.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Kenston just tries to eat up some of that yardage, or if they actually will try to get the first down and score off of that if they can. We'll tell by the type of play. If they're going to do a simple running play, you know, for 10, 12 yards, I think they're just eating up clock. But if they throw it in the air or really do something magical of some kind to get the 20, 25 yards, then they are going to be serious about trying to get another score. Good game so far.
Well, Chardon has to be happy that they're only, you know, down by 7, because it's been all Kenston.
Pretty much, yeah. I bet if you look at the stats, it is a Kenston run ball game so far. Chardon offense just hasn't got on track, and defense is, they fought and they gave up the 1 score, but yeah, they're lucky it's not a couple scores in that scoreboard right now.
Well, I'm
so,
sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be, if you told them after that first driver, so how about a 7-0 at half, I think they'd have taken it.
I'm sure Coach DePofi is going to have a nice talk with his offense when he goes in at halftime.
Well, there's got to be a lot of adjustments, man, offensively and deep.
It's 3rd and 30. Fisher
He's
looking,
passing.
and he's hit. Nice catch and nice tackle.
And Micah again there in coverage, stopping it from being any more than as far as he threw it. That's a lanky receiver.
Stubbs is a good ball player.
And he gets up in the air too. That's a type of receiver quarterbacks love. Just throw the ball high. He's the only one that can go up and get it.
Still 4th in a bunch.
That's the best thing you can do right there, is when he's up in the air like that, grab onto those ankles and just rip them back.
It is 4th down in a whole bunch. And
that's another timeout there.
I'm wondering if we're going to see a punt or if they're just going to try to run one down the middle.
Incidentally, that's the 2nd timeout for Chardon. So that one we didn't have any clue of before, that was Chardon's.
Yeah.
Finally, scoreboard, or the scoreboard people don't know what they're talking about, but we'll assume they do, and we'll go with that. Coach Bohr is out there in the field trying to get the troops rallied up to make this big stop here.
And all in all, the Chardon defense has played pretty well.
Yeah, they've really been tested and played a lot of rubber band, but it's still only 7 points for Kenston. So overall, they've done a great job tonight. This is a good team. Kenston's much improved over last year. It's a good, solid football team out there.
They will run a play here on 4th and 15. Watch Stubbs, he's closest, and they're going to throw to the end zone. It's over his head.
Instead of picked up by Doyle.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, he was, but, which actually is a break. That was 4th down. You did not want that interception.
You didn't want it.
You did, because if it was an interception, it got out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Here's Chardon gets it at the 31.
He's looking for the end zone here. It's going to come up short, nearly intercepted.
Yeah, it's a good thing he was out of bounds.
So it's Chardon football with 57 seconds left. They've got it on their 31. In motion is Doyle. He'll get the football to the right side. And he picks up 3. Kenston's defense has just not allowed the run.
Yeah, well, I think Chardon's going to go conservative. I think they're very content to run the clock out. They need some regrouping. They may need to make some halftime adjustments. because offensively and defensively, Kenston's control this game.
Doyle
Chardon's
again.
going to get their flow back.
Doyle's going to get the first down up to the 45-yard line. Clock continues to roll. No, it stopped until they get the ball set. 26 seconds left in the half.
Okay, here comes the play
You
again.
can see, nice double handoff. Doyle off to the right side.
It was Young to Doyle, or Ross to Young to Doyle.
In the shotgun is Ross. He's looking back to pass. Fires one, it's intercepted again.
I don't think Ross ever saw that defender. Defender was behind his ball carrier. He threw a little bit behind him, and the ball carrier or the receiver just passed it up, and the defender just stepped in and made the pick. Can't really see that portion going here, but that's essentially what happened live.
Well, I think we'll be seeing Kenston just kneel down and be happy going into the half with a 7-0 lead.
Either that or they'll just put a Hail Mary up there for grabs.
Timeout Kenston.
That's pretty long Hail Mary for a high school kid, 40 yards. You'd probably have to throw it 45 to 50.
Well, I don't know about this passing game. There's been three or four attempts and 2 interceptions here in the first half.
That's just not Chardon sports. They're trying to force and make something happen because Kenston came prepared to stop the wing T runs tonight. They've done a great job of that. So Chardon shifted over, went to passing, and face it. If you know anything about the history of Chardon, passing is not their game.
It's always been kind of an Achilles heel for Chardon.
That's something you just don't step into becoming a passing offense. You got to kind of slowly evolve into more and more passing. You can't make yourself a passing team from one year to the next. It just doesn't work that way.
That was big number 71, Matt Hochberg. Well, 9 seconds left. They'll probably take a knee. I won't make that prediction because when I do that, they'll probably loft one into the end zone.
He's coming out of the shotgun.
He's in the shotgun.
Shotgun's not normally a knee position.
No, he's going to throw. Looking.
Throw it underneath.
It's a catch.
No,
it's on the ground.
Yeah, I thought it was a short hop in there.
3 seconds left.
And the referee was right on top of it, and he called it that.
Kind of surprised. Actually, they were just trying to get it down and to maybe give their kicker a chance, but.
Well, I don't know. That was down to the 30.
It looks like you're going to call another timeout.
That makes 42-yard field goal. He missed a 23-yarder before.
As we look into one of my pet peeves, the whole having to take a timeout with 3 seconds left and the ball on the 42. Like you've got a trick play that you have to put in now.
Unless they're setting up a Hail Mary. That's the only thing that makes any sense. You can't throw the ball underneath because the kid's got to break 14 tackles to get to the end zone. So you got to go into the end zone, and that's a long pass for a high school kid.
What a good-looking crowd here tonight, John.
There's always a lot of people here. Kenston brought a good crowd. There's a lot of Kenston people in the crosstown seats there.
And it's youth football night, so you see a lot of the jerseys up in the stands. Those are all your junior high.
Or messing around in the end zone, one or the other.
Middle school players, and they're all over the place tonight. Sea of Chardon Hilltopper jerseys.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones in town that don't play, aren't we?
I guess so. So it's 2nd and 10. Time will run out. Fisher looking, and he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, he's going nowhere, and that's our 3 seconds.
Yep. That's
and
the end of the half.
Very, very entertaining first half. Unfortunately, more entertaining for Kenston fans, but nonetheless, a well-played first half by both teams.
Yeah, mostly dominated by Kenston. I am Tim Greenwood. For John Walsh, that's the half. We'll be back with more Chardon Hilltopper football right after this break.
and gentlemen, your 2005-2006 Chardon Hilltop Marching Band.
Well, that's your score, 7-0. Welcome back. Tim Greenwood here with John Walsh. We're at Chardon Memorial Field. Kenston leading 7-0. John, what do we have for some stats from the first half?
Well, pretty much the good stats belong to Kenston. They kept the ball away from Chardon. Chardon only carried the ball, according to the stats provided us by Greg Fouts, a Varsity Sports Report that covers the CBC. Chardon only had 12 carries for 49 yards total, with Doyle being their leader, 4 carries for 29, Ross 4 for 9, Wedge 1 for 5. Passing, Chardon was just 1 for 3 for 1 yard, and those 2 big interceptions. Might roll out of bounds if he lets it.
Yep, smart play.
Started at the 35. At Kenston, on the other hand, they had 27 carries for 109 yards.
It was all Kenston in the first half. 6
completions out of 14 passes for 84 yards, 1 interception. Yeah, they just dominated, kept the ball away from the Chardon offense and kept the Chardon defense scrambling. And that's why they have a 7-0 lead. And like you said, the first half, it could have been worse.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see what kind of adjustments they make here. Chardon starts out on a 35, good field position. They're going to have to...
They're going to re-kick here. What the heck's going on?
I guess they figure they can get it across the 35. We'll see if they were right. They had a good return last time with Doyle. We got who? Young and Doyle, and who's on the far side? I can't catch the number.
That's number
Ross,
10.
10.
Yep.
Got their quarterback pulling out all stops tonight.
Well, they need a big return here. They're hoping they can capitalize on a shorter kick here and maybe run one all the way back. But they've got 24 minutes of football here to see what they can do.
Yes, Kenston kicker hasn't been putting it real deep, so maybe it's a gamble, but maybe not a bad one. They should receive it about the 15. The rationale is that you can return it at least 20 yards.
Okay, we'll try this again.
Yeah, we got Young, Doyle, and Ross back to receive the kick. Another good kick.
Yeah, it's inside the 10, or about the 10.
Doyle's got some room up the middle. He's met by some bombers, and, well, he gets it up to the
35.
So it's an awful lot of work for the same result.
That's kissing your sister or splitting the pot, which is depending on what sport you're playing.
I didn't know kissing your sister was a sport.
Well, in
I guess it matters
some
what
third
state,
world
right?
countries, yeah.
All right, so Chardon will get that offense going.
Ideally.
Gonna try to get it going anyway. Renzi in the backfield.
They handed it
no
right
room.
to him. No, they, again, that line took control. That defensive front of Kenston took control. Got penetration as soon as Renzi hit the line of scrimmage. They were there waiting for him. They got through.
Kind of.
Actually got into the backfield a little bit.
They were back there before the ball was even handed off to Renzi. So a loss of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
I think that's how they started the game, was a handoff to Renzi, and that was his last carry of the first half.
And another handoff to the left side, and again,
That's
no
Young.
room. This Kenston defensive line is just shutting them down.
Again, that was a case that they got penetration on their right side, Chardon's left side. They got into the backfield, made Young loop it out a little bit wider. Watch it.
Watch this
They
penetration.
push him off.
It
You
almost
see,
looks
Young
like,
has got to go deeper. He's not even now, he's about at the line of scrimmage.
and the handoffs don't look smooth, John. They look
No,
like
they're out of sync today. I don't know what the problem is with them. They're just not playing like the Chardon offenses we've seen in past years. And
well, just like the first possession, it's going to be a 3 and out for Chardon.
yeah, and they only got, I don't know, maybe a yard and a half out of that one. They ran pretty much how they looked the first half. It didn't seem like there was any adjustment at all made.
Well, as you can see, they've got these plays sniffed out.
They just
Not
swarm.
Not fooled by the the fakes. Another punt for Chardon. A good end-over-end punt down to the 28-yard line. Got some room down the right side. It's all green. And finally a tackle, but there is a flag down here on the ground.
Young, the punter, was the one that had to make the tackle on that one.
We'll see if that one's going to be called back. We'll see.
I doubt if we'll see a penalty. That's on the far side of the field. I don't
nice
think the camera's going to pick it up. Now, they did a wall right, and it was set up very nice. Look at that one there, too. Got the guy coming at him from behind. Holding against Kenston.
Holding against both teams.
We'll see what's going to happen here. Yeah, they're going to bring it back. It's going to go back to the 48-yard line, 49-yard line. They're still in Chardon territory, but that's a little bit better than where it was before.
Yeah, that's a break for Chardon, but not a big one. Kenston again is in their territory starting out.
Couldn't ask for better field position here in this game. They've started 3 drives inside Chardon territory.
Yeah, that makes it rough right to begin with, and then you know, the offense not allowing the defense to rest, keeping them out on the field because they're just sputtering tonight. Kenston's, it's like they have their playbook and knows what every play it's going to be called.
Fisher under center. Alberts with the carry, more room up the middle.
Again, that's a cutback. He was taking it off to the right there and did a quick dip into the inside there. Just not a big cut by any means, but just enough to see right there. He just cuts it off to the left a little bit and picks up about 4 or 5 more yards.
So it looks like he's not being touched until he's into the backfield. I mean,
well, that
into the
line,
secondary.
that line is doing a job. They're controlling the ball game. Both sides of Kenston on the line of scrimmage, they're absolutely controlling it.
Need some penetration here by the defensive line. Hand off to Alberts. He's got a lot of room. He's going to get a first down and then some. And he's still on his feet going forward. A lot to be cheering about on the Kenston side tonight.
Again, that's just that simple little inside trap play that they've been running. Straight from the stage. See the guys leading out there,
look at the
trapping them.
Look at not touched. All the way through, and he's not even touched until he's in the secondary.
It's the trap play is just chewing them up. Chardon didn't make the adjustment on the trap at halftime. He had to diagram it on a thing. They're letting the one guy come in, totally untouched, pulling someone else, kicking him inside or outside, whatever the case may be, and it just, look at that hole again.
Look at the hole. Alberts again with a positive yardage, and they're gonna jump on the Alberts horse and ride him all the way to the end zone here.
Yeah, that's straight from the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. Just simple inside trap plays. There's nothing sophisticated about it. You see the pulling guard right there, number 53, kicks the guy to the outside, and the hole is there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 1.5.
You got to read those and then make the adjustment for the trap guy.
Hand off to Alberts again, comes over the left side. Might be stopped short of the first down. We'll have to see if he picked it up.
Yeah, it depends on the spot. He's darn close if he's not there.
Yep, Kenston picks up the first. There he is, just tap dancing around, looking for that hole.
Stretch into the body gave it to him.
The ball is on the 17-yard line. Alberts again. They're just going to ride him right up the middle.
Again,
Picked up 5.
he's showing good power. We had some guy wrapped around his waist, and he just dragged him for another 2-3 yards.
He doesn't look like he's slowing down at all either.
No, he's an impressive running back. I must say, he's a very impressive running back. Look at that. You got 20-something or other is just dragging on his heels. And
Somebody
can't
on
pull him down.
somebody on that Chardon defense has to come up with a big play here.
Quick,
2nd and 5.
because they're getting down there to field goal range.
Same guy, right up the middle.
Yeah, they just keep milking that same play over and over and over. And
Alberts
it's
run
working,
left,
why
Alberts
not?
run right. Yeah, absolutely.
they're 53 pulling out again, kicking his guy to the outside. There's the hole.
And he's got Sachs, the big fullback,
Yeah,
leading the way.
they're definitely getting the back into at least like linebacker territory, and that's like 3 yards.
3rd and 2. Chardon needs a stop here. Alberts again. And he's going to get the 1st down.
It leans forward.
Wow, what a drive by Alberts.
Well, I won't give it to Alberts.
No, that
I'll give it to
offensive line.
those big guys in front of him, open up those lanes. Alberts is a strong runner, but if they don't open up a lane for him, he can't get his head of steam build up.
Hogan looked like he had him in the backfield, but could not bring him down.
He's strong. He's just because he's not that big. Look at him out there, especially when you compare him to Sachs right in front of him, who's like twice as wide as him. But boy, he's a strong running back.
Alberts again, he's got some room. Down to the 2.
This Kenston team came to play tonight. I tell
They
you,
have,
they're
and this looks reminiscent of the 1st quarter here, when
Yeah,
Chardon was
exactly.
3 and out and Kenston just marched right down the field. The ball is on the 2, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the
same
2.
basic play, except this time they're running it right down their throats. Last time they mixed in passes and got them offset. Now they're just doing straight ahead power trap play football.
Do you think Alberts will get the ball here? He does, and he puts it into the end zone. Wow, is he tough.
Plus it doesn't help having that Sachs in front of him. That's like having another lineman that's lead blocking for you.
And the crowd is stunned.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing this. They're really not used to the bad yardage that Chardon offense is getting. It's defenses are always good, not great.
Alberts just ran over 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Now, not through, over.
But the offensive has been well above average, and they're just not showing any life at all today. Defense really isn't playing that bad. I mean, Kenston's doing a great job offensively. The defense isn't playing a bad game, but offensively, they're sputtering something fierce today. Just can't get anything going.
5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 right now. The Kenston Blue Bombers stunning the Chardon Hilltoppers.
Yeah, but you got to stick to your basic game plan
Sure.
here. If they can't go to the errands. That's not their area, and it's not panic time by any means. It's still only 2 scores. They're in the ball game. You got 17 and a half minutes left to play. 5.5 this quarter, 12 next quarter. So there's a lot of football left to be played. It's not time for panic, but it is time to get your offense in gear and have them do some work.
A nice return here would certainly help in getting them back in the flow of the game. But wow, just
yeah, they need something positive to happen. They're flat out there. They need that little spark to get them lit.
Same 3, Jake Young, Bobby Doyle,
and
Ross back.
I don't like having your quarterback
No,
as a deep end.
I don't either.
That's
but
just not a good idea.
it's just he's talented. Okay, let's see something good happen.
That's down at the 20. Kind of hit the ground and squirted between them and went into the end zone. So Chardon's going to have to start their 20, which is not that great return you were talking about.
You know, any sustained drive here just to get your confidence back in your offense.
Yeah, they got to get, really the only thing approximating a drive was down when they had the ball inside their 10-yard line and they brought it out to about the 25. That's as much as a drive as they've had. The only really positive yardage they got all game for the most part.
Coming towards us is Ross. He's going to dump it off.
Yeah, that was like an option pass. That wasn't a bad. That's not the panic type pass I was talking about, where you just go back and make a pure. Oh.
Yep, Jake
got
Young is
down.
hurt. I don't know if he got the wind. He got the wind knocked out of him. We'll see if
He
we
was
can
kind
see.
of holding his calf area. It was below the knee, hopefully.
Nice dink pass right there. Yeah, he must have got a Charlie horse. They're going to take a look at him.
Yeah, you always look to see if they're looking at the knee or not. I don't believe that's what it is. I think it's down in the calf area.
So good positive yardage there on that first play.
Yeah, it looked like that was
second and 1, 9-yard gain.
Looked like that was an option pass. He kind of rolled out, and if it was open to take off, he was going to take off. If the receiver wasn't covered, which he saw Young wasn't, and he actually, they weren't coming in on him, then he just deked a quick little short play, you know, and ended up in a 9-yard pass play. That's as good as any run. I'd take 9 yards on every play.
Yeah, Jake Young shaking it off.
That's going to get you back in the ball game.
We'll see if one of these Chardon running backs can break one. They certainly have the talent and the speed. But
yeah,
this Kenston defense right here, they need to be applauded. They've played very well and just completely shutting down this Chardon offense.
They really have done it. That up front line has done a tremendous job, and when Chardon has gone to the air, their secondary has been tough to pass against. They have a very tight secondary, good coverage up front.
That's not what you want.
I think that was a keeper by Ross up the middle. He faked it to Wedge going out, and he was going to take it right up the gut, but they had a little procedure call. Somebody moving a little early there, so we'll never know if that was the case or not.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, you like those easy 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1 jobs.
I'd almost, on that play, I'd hand it to the fullback or sneak it or something. Just move those chains. That's a positive thing. You know, get those chains moved. It was less than a yard. It was second down, less than a yard. You need that first down. Just a mental thing.
Pass out into the flat. Pick up a 4.
I don't know if that was a pickup. Were they going to mark that? I think he might have lost a little.
No, I think he got past the. Yep, they're going to move it forward a bit.
Okay, still short. Just shy of the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. Quick little dump to Wedge. Wedge just turns up. There's 2 defenders right on him. So that's why I said their secondary coverage is, they're doing an excellent job. Chardon's played pretty decent tonight.
3rd and 2. They really need a first down here, and they are not going to get it. I'd be surprised if they picked up the first down there.
No, I don't believe they did. I think he pretty much got stuffed to the line of scrimmage. That's the play they should have ran on 2nd down before, just straight ahead and try to, it was a short one. This time they had a long one to try to get it, and it was 3rd down rather than 2nd down. And they're going to have to punt the ball away and give it back to Kenston. It's back in that defense, and defense is reaching a point they can't allow another score now.
And that clock is rolling down at the 3-minute mark in the 3rd quarter.
Between the time and the fact that their offense just hasn't done nothing. Got Ross punting that time. Young was a regular punter, but
oh, fair catch.
Fair catch.
Almost looked like he wanted to run it.
Yeah, I think it was kind of one of those. He kind of hoped nobody saw him wave his hand.
That wasn't me. I didn't wave.
No, that was one of those fake hands.
So Chardon's defense needs to button this.
They got to
it
do
down.
it. They got to do their job. Unfortunately, the pressure's on them now, and they got to just turn around, do their job, do it well, and hope the offense can get cranked a little bit and open up. It sure hasn't been there at all tonight.
Fisher hands the ball off. There's a good tackle. DeBagus.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the game that much today. That's what I said. I think they changed up what they are showing, what Chardon saw in the films versus what they're running tonight. So pretty much it's been sacks tonight.
Kenston has a player down. It looks like it's sacks. Is that sacks? Yep, it is.
Wow, wonder where he was playing, off on a wing or something?
Actually, they had him in at fullback, and they had DeBaggins in as a tailback. Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, Sachs is, he's had a couple nice carries tonight, but he's pretty much another lineman in the backfield. He's just a power little guard to lead block, and he's very important, and obviously helping out Alberts tonight because he's having a tremendous statistical game.
Looks like he's got a little cramp. Somber crowd here in Chardon. Kind of wondering what the heck happened to the Chardon offense after they scored 48 points last week and are basically nowhere to be found this week.
No, I don't know.
But it's still early. Well, it's not early, but it's still plenty of game left.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not dead yet. All they got to do is get fired up out there and just turn it on and play like they're capable of playing. You know, now they're mentally flat. They can't get it in gear because mentally they got down because Kenston came up with an excellent defensive scheme to take them out of the game early, take their confidence away from them. I see Young still here on the sideline. He's walking around, so whatever it is.
Little stutter. See, even on a play that didn't run the way it was supposed to, they picked up 5.
Again, they dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, they could have the missed handoffs and the little trips and stuff like that, but...
And the missed tackles in the backfield?
Well, that wasn't necessarily a missed tackle. Renzi was there. He just didn't quite get far enough as he needed to. It wasn't really a missed tackle. It was just a hair late of getting there.
3rd and 8. Big play here for the Chardon defense.
That's what the crowd realized.
Pitch to the right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Down the sidelines. Touchdown. Wow. Justin DeBagus just exploded.
That's pretty much what he did last year. He had a 55-yarder last week. I think it's a 58-yarder.
Holy moly.
And did you see the little stiff arm he put on Daggins at the end? There's something you don't see in high school football that much, but that was a good one.
Now watch this. They actually had him in the back right there. He just accelerated.
That's 205 pounds. That's a strong running back.
Watch this stiff arm. Watch this stiff arm.
I like the stiff arm, and he put a good one on it. Right on the helmet, pushed him down.
Yeah, not much there, but boy, 21-0. Kenston, shocking. The Chardon Hilltoppers.
That was a bad one. Now, that pressure I was talking about, that goes to the offense. They gotta get a good gear. I mean, it's not to the point of you can wait because you're only 2 scores down. Now you're 3 down, and you just got a minute 44 left here, and plus a quarter.
Well, that offense is going to have to come to life here.
Yeah, like on this series.
Like pronto. If they have any chance of getting back into this game,
if they get shut down, give it back to Kenston. Kenston just teaming with confidence. They're just totally loaded with it. The only way you're going to take that confidence away from them is to shove it right back down their throats and score.
Tell you what, when we were starting this game in the pregame, when we were chit-chatting, we looked at Kenston and said that this is a team that's kind of on the rise. They're not considered any huge threat to Chardon. They've just dominated on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they came to play tonight. That's a good, solid team. And what makes a good, solid team? They got a couple of good, solid running backs. There's no question. Alberts is a very, very good running back. The Baggage just showed something. Quarterback Fisher runs a good offense and stuff. But you don't do it without those up front people.
Oh, absolutely.
And they really have some good linemen there. And good trap plays have been just mystifying Chardon tonight.
Smart move, picking it up and bringing it to the
32.
We got to about the, yeah.
what are they going to spot? 32, 33? Yeah, maybe 33 you could call
Looked
it.
like it was going to go out of bounds here, but he grabbed it.
It could have, but that's one of those that could have just trailed right along, and then you're in trouble.
And then you're in big trouble.
So you almost have to go with picking that up.
And you get to the 33.
And there's nothing wrong with 33.
So
But
first
this
down.
offense has got to get moving, and now.
He's going to keep it. Nice tough run by Ross.
Yeah, got a little bit of yardage on that one. That's a good opening play. Good safe, and you got good positive yardage out of it. It's a fake to wedge, just as we see it on the replay here. Here comes the wedge into the picture. Faking the thing and just sweeping it to the right side of the defense.
So it's 2nd down and 2 on the 41-yard line. Chardon needs a big run, needs someone to break through.
Well, a couple more of those, and they'll get their confidence built up. But you got to keep it sustained now. You had one good opening play.
Doyle keeps it.
Got the first down. That's what you got to do. Picked up about 4 yards on that one.
I agree with you, John. Couple of first downs, get your confidence back.
Chardon hasn't moved those chains many times. This may be only their 2nd or 3rd first down tonight. And the other one was right down here when they had their backs to the goal line.
And running down to the end of the 3rd quarter here, 1:15. There's the hand. No, he's going to keep it himself. There's some room. There's some room down to the 42-yard line. Nice run by Ross.
Okay,
there's the crowd.
This is what they had to do, and now they got a little confidence built up. You can see there's just a little. If you could show that huddle after this, you'll see just a little more bounce in their step.
A little spark.
Same basic play, just fake to another back.
Now, if they could get a score on the board here on this drive, and then that defense clamped down, he's going to keep it again. And this time he's stuffed.
Ross keeps it. And he's hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's okay. Just keep the motivation up in the huddle is what you got to do right now.
2nd down and 11.
So no gain.
No, if you're going to say no gain, it's going to be 2nd and 10.
That's all right. You can't have all 8, 9 yarders every play. But you just got to keep that spirit up that, hey guys, we're moving the chain. Let's go, let's go.
Motion man.
Reinhardt goes in motion again.
Ross is going to keep it.
Ross keeps it himself.
Nice run, good block. Ross is going to get to the outside. And he's going to be out. Is he in? No, he's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. That's a nice run by Ross.
Yeah, it was a good cut to the outside once he hit that middle lane there.
You know, John,
the guys going.
Yeah, I was thinking, John, if they could get a score before the end of the 3rd quarter, that would be big. And then I looked at the
Here's that
clock.
cut to the inside right here. That's the one that he just goes against the grain there. You can see that number 3 couldn't get turned around. Finally does, but he can't catch him until he's down to, what, 4 yards, 6-yard line?
We have a Kenston player down. So, tell you what, I was actually sitting thinking to myself, if Chardon could get a score here before the end of the 3rd quarter, it's still a game. But then I saw the clock had about 30-something, 40 seconds on it, and I said, there's no way they're going to score. But look, they're marching right down.
Ye of a little faith.
Oh, hey.
In high school football, well, even in pros and others too, any given moment, one play, every play, do you ever look at a playbook? Every play is designed as a touchdown.
Oh, sure.
There is no play that's not designed as a play. It's all a matter of execution, of everybody doing their little job, the one little break, the one guy out of position, whatever. But any play can be a touchdown at any time.
Well, Ross has been a nice spark here. You know, one of the things I really like about this field is this beautiful Chardon scoreboard. As you can see off to the right there, when they show all the names of all the local Chardonites that are serving in the armed forces. As always, would like to say thank you so very much to the men and women who wear the uniform and put their lives on the line every day. That's the quarterback, Fisher, that got hurt.
Oh, that would put the hurt to them a little bit.
But he's up and walking off
Now,
under his own power.
First
So
and goal.
That's
11
something.
seconds
At
left.
the Kenston 9-yard line.
Yeah, you really don't like the quarterback playing this another position too, playing a defensive position.
So first and goal from the 9. In the shotgun is Ross. He's going to keep it himself up the gut.
Ross elects
Picked
to
up
keep
2.
it, goes right up the gut.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter.
Yep. We're going to change sides
So
here, but
they'll
finally Chardon came to life here.
Here's that 2-yard pickup.
Fake and a straight shot up the middle. You see
Ross picks
Hogan
up
on the
2
block
yards.
there,
We're gonna
but
flop into
there were
the field.
4 Kenston guys waiting for him there.
So they'll walk all the way down the other end. Set that ball on the...
That's a good job at Kenston coaching staff. They got
sure.
their kids disciplined to stay home. As you can see, they're filling those lanes. That play last week was gold. That was just about any time he wanted to pick up 15 yards, add to his stats, he just called that play in the huddle. You know, the fake and then right up the gut, it was wide open. But this week they're staying disciplined, not falling for nothing. Linebackers aren't moving laterally, following the little faker. They're staying at home, and that's just a function of having your kids in the practice field, getting them disciplined, just stay there. And that's Kenston's executing excellently tonight.
And that's the one thing that you see from opponents when they play Chardon, is 2 or 3 of the defensive players really biting on that fake.
That's
and you're
what
not
offense
seeing
is
that
based
tonight.
on. It's based on deception, and deception means you're fooling people and getting them out of position. So if they hold their positions and fill their lanes and stuff,
Stay at home, right?
it ain't gonna work. But you getting them out of position is what this offense is all about.
Okay, second and goal from the 7. In the shotgun. Here comes Ross. He's got some room. Almost thought he was going to pass, but he's going to make it down to the 5. Well, 3 is not going to help you
He
here.
isn't gonna do it. No, this is definitely 4-down territory.
It's a
There's no
touchdown
question.
or nothing here.
Yep. Because even if you get 2 other touchdowns and the 2 points, that's still only 19 with the field goal.
So
Again, just waiting there, knowing he's going to cut in sooner or later.
they're on the 6. He's going to be sacked. Wow, what a play. What a play by Alex Mara, the senior.
Just came up from his secondary position there.
I'm kind of surprised they were looking to pass there. Timeout, Chardon.
Well, now you got that 4th and long. It's 12 yards.
Kind of surprised with that play call there.
Yeah, well, this could be game for Chardon. I hate to put the nail in the coffin right now, but they got to execute on this play, or this could be the ball game. Because a stop and Kenston's just going to go high, Chardon's going to go flat again. You know, they've had a great drive right now, but the only thing that makes it a totally great drive is you have to finish it off.
You put it in the end zone.
Yeah, and if they don't, momentum's going to shift back to Kenston, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Kenston just take that ball and eat another 5-6 minutes off the clock.
One thing you can tell about this Kenston team, they're well coached. Coach Adams done a great job. You can tell they were ready to play Chardon tonight.
Yeah, like I said, personnel is roughly the same as last year, but they're playing so much better. And that was last year. It was early in the season, second game again. He was a first-year coach. I don't think his system was in place, but I'd have to say from what I've seen tonight, he's got his system in place.
The ball is on the 12. It is 4th and goal into the end zone. Touchdown, Chardon!
That was a big play.
Wow, Bobby Doyle.
That was a big play. Chardon had to have that.
Here's the lift you need. Nice throw by Ross on the button to Doyle. That was big.
I'll tell you, if they can come back on this one, that play may set the tone for the rest of the year. That was a huge, huge play.
When's the last time I can't remember, Extra point is good. Passing touchdown. I haven't.
Well, they happen every now and then.
Every now and then for Chardon. And it's 21-7.
I think it's most of the time it's when you go visit the porta potties. Sneak a touchdown pass in on you.
So now they have to come back and
They got to put a hole.
lay some wood here on defense.
Yeah. And they got to do it quick. You got to stop drives. You know, you can't let them push 2-3 first downs out here. You got to stop them
they could
now.
eat 7 minutes off the clock with a couple of first downs.
Well, one thing, I don't think Kenston's going to be going to the air either. Again, using up clock. They should be running it out, but man, you got to tell your guy, you got to get those defensive linemen and talk to them real quick about those trap plays.
And say, look,
what you got to be looking, you got to be looking for those traps. If you're not, if that's not fixed in your head, you're not looking, you're wide open to get killed. You know, that's quite honestly, you got to get your hands out there, get on the blocker. Don't allow him to push you out.
Well, they're looking like they have a little bit more zip in their step than they looked earlier.
Sure, that was a big drive, and they needed it.
Tim Jones, number 4.
Well, they got 11 minutes left. First things first, they need to stop Kenston.
Yeah.
Alex Marcotte, number 13.
And stop him quick.
So back to receive.
Yeah, it's still not desperation time, but you can't allow him to eat much clock.
Tim Jones and Mike Silla back to receive.
You gotta get special, you gotta start on special teams. Because Kenston's had some nice returns tonight, you know? So you gotta make the play on special teams to start out before defense even hits the field.
Marcotte with a short kick out to the 20. Silla, he's coming to this side. He's got room again. He's going to get out past the 40, cuts it inside out to the 45-yard line. Another big return by Silla.
Okay, now defense is definitely
25-yard return by Silla.
They got good special teams too. They've had real nice returns tonight. They're blocking on their special team. Yeah, they held up Tierney there. Just got him spun around. He did a great job disrupting the play and slowing him down some, but man, the special teams at Kenston are just doing an outstanding job out there.
Well, it doesn't look like Fisher was hurt too badly. He's back in under center. And there's a big stop.
Maybe a yard, that's about it.
Ross Alberts on the carry.
That's exactly what you got to do. They sealed up the middle there too.
Well, Albert gets it.
Fight off Kevin Hogan, excellent play.
More penetration there on defense.
Excellent. Sacks came on Hogan. He just shucked him away, came to the inside, stuffed the running back.
Nose guard, Jim Dilly. I'd like to see him jump in there, and he's pumped up over center. Who's going to make the big play here? Alberts off the left side. He's got some room. Spins and gets the first down. Big run by Alberts.
He's tough. That really wasn't bad execution by the Chardon defense. It was just an excellent execution by Kenston.
You know who he reminds me of?
It does come out there and lay a load on.
He reminds me of Eddie George, the way he's an upright runner with his feet and the way his feet turn, yeah. So a first down on the 44-yard line.
Now he's just got to go out and win a Heisman, huh?
Yeah. He'll get the ball again, right up the gut.
Trap play, and they ran it a little better that time.
3-yard pickup. And that time continues to roll down to 9 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, it's getting, you can't let him have another first down. You got to dig your feet in and stop him right now.
And that trap works well. Second down and 7. The pitch comes this way. Wow, nice hit. The Bagus with an.
Yeah, you laying in on that.
It's going to bring up a third down.
And Micah. All three were in on that one. Lane did a good job taking the lead blocker out of there, then following up and getting a piece of that tackle. Right there.
So this is one of the bigger plays of the night here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is almost like that touchdown pass was. It's almost a mandatory stop.
Needs some penetration here on defense. The Bagus is in the backfield. Sacks in front of him. He looks like he left a little early, didn't he? First down.
No flag, so I guess
not.
Justin DeBagus, the ball carrier, easily picks up the first down.
I don't know. I've seen, actually,
let's see if
I've seen sacks a few times tonight. It seemed like he started. Either he's got tremendous reflexes, or he's a great cover-up artist and getting away with something. There's a couple other times I commented I thought he was jumping the hair.
He looks
early.
like he's leaning forward as the ball is snapped. 8 minutes left in the game.
Might just his reflexes might be that quick.
Oh, looks like a busted play there.
Fisher elects to keep it.
So it'll bring up second down.
Again, that clock is just running and running. They almost need a turnover here pretty soon.
Loss of the yard on that.
And that's another thing Kenston's done well tonight. They've had that one turnover. They protected it on offense quite well.
Yeah, they put it on the ground a couple times, but they covered their own fumble, just as Chardon has as well. I don't think there's been a turnover on a fumble yet.
Under 7.5 minutes. Second down and 11. The pitch is out to the left to Alberts, and he runs hard for positive yardage.
Yeah, I'd have to say this is probably 4-down territory for them.
Another big third down here.
One, it will keep Chardon down if they stop him. He'll keep Chardon down here. Two, he'll eat up another play of clock. And I think we got to the point where the clock is definitely Kenston's friend right now.
3rd and 7. Let's see if they hand the ball off to Alberts again. They do. The pitch. Nice tackle in the backfield by Kevin Hogan.
Yep. Again, coming up from the backside, catching him from behind.
Kevin Hogan, number 50.
Good speed out of that defensive end position.
Alberts.
That clock continues to roll down.
To the 29-yard line.
Good penetration. See, he comes through in the backfield and just yanks him down.
I guess they are going to go for it.
Look at that clock.
A little
rolling down.
A little too long for a field goal, a little too short for a punt, so they'll just go for it on fourth.
Take that time off the clock first.
Yeah.
I think they may even take the penalty here. 6 minutes left in the game. Yep, delay a game. I figured they were going to just let the clock run down.
Yeah, take maximum time and back up where you got a little more punting room. And just pooch it a little bit so it doesn't go in the end zone. That's Kenston's mission right now.
5 minutes, 53 seconds left in the game, and Chardon's got a lot of work to do.
The stadium this evening.
A lot of work quick.
Please think about the individuals in Louisiana and Mississippi.
You know, the thing
really
is,
need your help right now.
the offense may be able to do it, but the question is, will the defense give them enough time? Because even if the offense goes out and scores, defense still got to do their job one more time.
Anything that you can, as much as you can.
Let me ask you a question, John. I know the game's not over yet. Let's assume that it ends now. How much does this hurt Chardon this early in the season?
It doesn't hurt them. It just makes the road a little tougher. It's like you look ahead to their schedule, and there's a couple of iffy games or something. Well, any iffy ones you got to win now, because this is probably one that was one of the iffy ones. Well, you lost this, so you got to pick up ground somewhere else. So, no, I don't think it doesn't hurt them by any means. Now, not a killing hurt or nothing, but it doesn't make it easy for them. A win here would make it easy because Kenston's going to get wins. I mean, in their old conference, they don't have to play Mayfield, they don't have to play Solon, and all those teams now. They're playing a little easier schedule, so they'll get more wins.
Nice defensive stop there. So Chardon will take over on downs. They got 5:47 to score twice, so
Yeah,
well, you got to get the first one.
You got to break them in. And you got to break them pretty quick. They got 2 timeouts left. You'd like to save those for the final drive.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
not
tough,
use
it's
them
tough
at all
for a
here.
sustained
So
drive
you got to get in quick, or you got to go the onside kick. And those are always iffy.
They got to get some big chunks of yardage here. So there's the pass to the outside. He cut in instead of out.
It wasn't. He was on the sideline. There really wasn't room. The defender was close to the sidelines.
It looked like he should have turned it back out.
Well, watch here. He didn't have much room to take it outside. There was a defender out there. Inside was probably the place to take it or kill the clock. Watch. There's the number 4 was the defender that was on the sideline.
Ross rolls out looking to pass. Throws it away. Smart play by Ross. Don't force one into traffic.
No, you definitely don't want to throw an interception down here. That would break your heart. Kenston's got the ball, and then they've shown they're capable of moving chains.
3rd and 5 here for the Hilltoppers. 5:15 left in the game. We have timeout being called. Yep, Kenston.
By Kenston. Oh.
They want to stop here.
Yeah, I think they waited to see what Chardon was going to line up with. Let them come to the line of scrimmage. They want to see if they were changing their formation.
Bear in mind that next week's game
Really, they didn't change it that much. I think one of the wings might have went out a little bit as almost as a flanker, but I think it was the same basic set they showed all the time.
The whole game, yeah.
They had the one wide out, but they always have a wide out there.
Well, offensive and defensive line play has been critical for Kenston. Their linemen have dominated.
I have to say, even down here, at this point in the game, this has got to be 4 down territory for Chardon again. So if they don't make it on this play, I think they'll go for it on 4th down.
Back to pass is Ross. Right over the middle to Doyle, and it went right through his hands. Let's see if we can see that one again.
I don't see mass substitution. I think they are going to go for it. They almost have to. You got just 2 timeouts. You need 2 scores.
Yep, 4th and 5.
And if you punt it away,
this one's the game right here for Chardon if they don't pick up the 1st down.
yeah, because you give it to Kenston this deep. The way they've been moving the ball.
Yep, 1st down by Doyle. Nice job.
Not by a lot.
Yeah,
he had to run for it.
And he got out of bounds.
Yeah, by about a yard or so, but it is nonetheless a 1st down. They needed that one. You watch him, he lands almost on top of the chains.
Ball at the Chardon 41-yard line.
5 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Okay, they got to get it moving downfield quick.
Doyle keeps it, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield.
Oh.
Are they going to call that intentional grounding?
Was there someone?
I didn't see anyone, but there may have been yeah, there was a running back in the vicinity.
I think reasonably close, yeah. That's the people don't understand.
Nope, they're going to say he was in the grass.
Lost back to the 34-yard line.
So, wow, they think they're going to bring him all the way back? Interesting. I guess they're going to call him in the grasp, huh? Coming our way, out into the flat. Good catch and run.
Stayed in bounds.
Chris Reinhardt. Clock continues to roll down to the 4-minute mark. 4:20 left.
Okay, they're lined up. Good. Don't waste time huddling. You got to have a couple plays.
3rd and 10.
To the original line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and 10 at the 41-yard line.
In the shotgun, looking to pass.
Looking deep.
Passes deep to Doyle over his head. Well,
Yeah,
it looks
I'll
like
tell you.
Ross has got a pretty good touch, though.
I tell you, Fisher was honing in on that playing a free safety out there, and
10.
he wasn't that far away from scrambling over and picking that ball off. Played a nice center field on that one. Again, we're down to that 4th down play, and they need a little better than 10.
Long way, 4th and
Chardon
10 and a half. And Chardon calls one of their timeouts. They only have 1 left. Even if they do score here, John, they're running out of time.
Yeah, well, that's why they just threw the 25-yard pass. They know that they got to get in the end zone quick. And using another timeout, that kind of takes away the, do you do the onside kick or not, you know? Because it just needs time.
Hey, we want to let you know that high school sports is just part of our programming lineup this year. Sports coverage continues all fall long as we cover Berkshire, Cardinal, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, and Chardon sports, including volleyball, soccer, football, and more. So check out GTV regularly for replay dates and times. All this in addition to the community bulletin board service provided 24 hours a day on GTV channels 22 and 23.
Okay, again, here's the gameplay for Chardon. This is what's about their 3rd one. They've executed in the first couple, but can they keep it going?
4th and 10. Game on the line here for Chardon.
All right, Hilltoppers looking at 4th down, 10 yards to go. Ball is on their own 41-yard line.
In the shotgun. Here comes the blitz.
The blitz.
Got pressure behind him.
Oh,
He
they
got
just
enough
tripped
of-
him up, and he had a lot of room. Big tackle. That's number
51.
27, Justin
Was that who it
DeBagas.
was?
Kenston defense does
Kenston
it.
takes over on downs.
And they get the ball
Look
out
at
of
how
bounds.
much room he had if he was not tripped
Oh, yeah,
up.
if he had got his ankle there.
Look at DeBagas coming.
41-yard line.
Just
Picks him
got
up.
enough of him.
And I saw nothing but green in front of
Yep.
him.
It's strip time.
Yep.
That's what they got to do. They got to be grabbing ball, not carrier so much.
So with only 3:54 left and 1 timeout.
And the danger of doing strips and stuff is sometimes plays break open big.
Albert's right up the middle.
Or
Ross Albert,
2
number
hands on
6,
that ball,
gets the
too.
handoff.
We'll see if a timeout gets called. Maybe they'll wait.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense to call one right now.
Gain of about 2 yards on the carry.
Got to
Second down and
just
8
let
yards
it
to go.
evolve itself. There's so many
Ball's on the
places you can take a
39-yard
timeout.
line.
Well, what can you say? You can't say anything bad about the kids. They played their heart out.
Yeah, they're just tonight, Kenston was a
It's
better
not their
team.
night. Yep.
Plain and simple. That's about all you can say is tonight, Kenston was the better team. Wasn't a bad game played by Chardon. It was a very good one played by Kenston, though.
Good stop. And the one thing that I can say, because I live right across the street from here, so don't you, is that you can come over here and watch these young men practice, and they practice their hearts out every day.
Oh, sure. Like I said, they didn't play a bad team. They just played a team that executed very, very well today. Offensive line, defensive line did tremendous jobs. And their secondary and backs did an admirable jobs too, and they just outplayed Chardon. Chardon just never got themselves in sync, and their one drive when they finally did do it, it was just a little bit too late. And Chardon can't be playing from behind. It's just their offense doesn't lend itself for that.
That's really not their type of a game.
No, they got the driving offense, hit a big play or stuff, but when you have to hit a big play, you have to go to the air, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they don't have that home run.
No, they're not a one play. No, they can't hit the one play, but that's not what they are. They're more ball control, dominating offense, and tonight that was actually Kenston's role. They took that over. They just could control that. I don't know exactly what to look at the paper tomorrow for time of possession, but at least, especially in that first half, it's going to be so strongly in Kenston's favor.
3rd down and 7. Sachs back in the game at fullback. Alberts will get the handoff over the left side, and he's got running room again, and boy, does he run hard. Man, he is tough to bring down.
Yeah, he's a good-looking running back. There is no question.
He's got to have 150 yards tonight, maybe more.
What do we have him at? Yeah, we only had him 37 the first half, but he's busting a couple big ones.
Look at that run.
Bagus got the one long, super long one, a 57-yarder. But Albert's put together a few 12, 15-yarders here.
He just runs hard.
Yeah, he does.
It says here 175. He runs like a 200-pounder.
Yeah, shows a lot more power than a 175-pound back. And his shifty, like I said, his cuts are not outstanding, but they're very effective.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I suppose I'll take effective over outstanding any day.
But you know what we were talking about earlier? Most of the time, he's not even touched for the first time until he's in the secondary. So you've got to give the credit to that front, the front guys, the big boys.
Yeah, they've done a super job. And I'll tell you.
Let's give some of them some credit here.
Tell you, people in the CBC better be a little worried this Kenston team. I think they're going to do very, very well in that league this year.
And look at this. Look at the grades on these linemen. Most of them are sophomores. Number 78, Danny Love. He's a senior. Big 285-pounder. Jimmy Hine, also a senior, the guard. What a great job they've done tonight. John Holzheimer, offensive guard. 2nd and 12. Running down to 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Kenston still driving that ball. They open the game with a drive, they're going to end with a drive.
Albert stuck back. And he's still going. Look at him. They're not going to bring him down.
Yeah, there were 3-4 guys got penetration that time for Chardon, and he still didn't hit the ground.
So with 1 minute left in the game, watch him, he won't even go down. He stopped, legs keep driving.
Gets a first hit. Is that Hogan on him there?
Still driving. 1 minute even.
You know, Hogan was ankle biting there.
Second down, about 15.
They'll probably take a knee here, or they'll just hand it off to Alberts.
And pitcher goes down.
That was like a eat more time up knee. I think he was going to scramble back there, but Randy Lane got on him quick.
Gets the quarterback sack.
And with no timeouts to stop the clock, it's going to roll down here. We're down to 22 seconds.
Back to the 38-yard line of Chardon.
So, ball game is Kenston. They came to play today, and they played very well. Got to give it to them.
Chardon, and mostly running the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, they just outplayed Chardon today. There's no question. Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. Their lines played tremendously on both sides again. Hats off to Kenston. They played a great game tonight. Chardon played a good one. They got to regroup, come back next week against Lakeside.
And for Kenston, with 2-0, like you said, watch out in the CBC for Kenston.
And playoffs, possibly.
Wow. Well, that just about wraps up things here from Chardon. Thanks again to our funding communities for the game. They are Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, Munson Township. For my partner, John Walsh, I am Tim Greenwood, wishing you a pleasant evening. The final score once again, the Kenston Blue Bombers 21, the Chardon Hilltoppers 7. Till next time, take care from GTV.